Hi, welcome to Diamond Custom Paint Shop. This is part 2 of a series of painting custom hard hats. This video we're going to be doing carbon fiber around the trim of this hard hat here. And that's what I'll be showing today, how to do that process. Products we're going to be using today are, of course, mostly Limeline. We're going to be using some black base coat. Panel prep, first off, make sure everything's nice and clean, no grease so all the paint sticks. Then we're going to be going to some candy paints with that. We'll also have some silver that we'll be spraying on. These are the Limeline candy paints. You can get it in the smaller cans, which is a 4-ounce, or now they have the bigger 16-ounce cans. So depending on how much you do, I use a lot of candy, so I'm going to use these up, and I have some of these bigger 16-ounce cans. So, and then also we're going to be using 1/8-inch Limeline paint or tape. Sorry, this comes in different sizes, also 16th inch, 1/8 inch, I think 1/4 inch, and this is your fine line tape for taping out graphics. And then also we're going to be using some shelf paper, just cheap shelf paper you can get at the dollar store or your Home Depot, hardware store. So yeah, that's that. Oh, and then also razor blade. On this, I just take what I like to do sometimes is just take a regular razor blade. I like to just put some couple layers of tape around it here to just expose a little sharp edge tip there, so that way I can hang on to it and get really get a good grip on this when you're kind of trying to cut tape out. So yeah, we'll get started. We'll be right back, and we'll start doing some taping. Okay, so I did already scuff this down with 600 grit sanding sponge, so we're ready to kind of lay the next set of graphics on there. First thing I'm going to use is some 1/8 inch Limeline fine line tape. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the edge of the metal flake, the bright metal flake. So I'm going to take that edge off first. I'm just going to follow that edge around and being sure not to pull too much tension on this, because it'll want to pull back and shrink up. So I'm just pulling some off the roll and then kind of relaxing it. And then just with this finger, I'm just kind of working around the turn there. And this carbon fiber I'm going to be doing on this helmet will be gold, so we'll use yellow. So it'll be a colored carbon fiber look. Just kind of work yourself around here, following that edge. come around here and meet up with this edge here. I just kind of keep following it around for about an inch, and then kind of just go off of it, that because we're not, that's all going to get masked that way, so we just care about this inside edge right here. All right, then I'll just go around with my finger and just make sure it's all pressed down. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tape along, make a circle around this edge right here, the upper edge. And when I come across these, I'm not going to go in and out of these. I'm just going to come straight across here. But I will come up in where I get right here. So we will start right here. Let's see, I want to be probably about right there. See here, when I'm on this side, I have nothing to guide off, so I'm going off the negative space between here and kind of this little ridge right here as best I can. You know what, maybe we'll start over here so we have our edge. There we go. So I can see how we're going to do that transition. Going to come across, staying close to that edge. Okay. So now when we come across here, I think I'll just go kind of just do a little dip up right there. Dip up and back down. And we'll just kind of come around. Just try to make a smooth arc there. And just do a little dip down, across. There we go. This, I'm going to cut this back. Back here a little bit. All right. And again, kind of look at it, see how it looks. Pretty good. You kind of use your finger, run it around, get it pressed down good. Okay. So now we're going to move to some masking, automotive masking tape, and we're just going to go along these edges here. It's hard to kind of get this tape to do those curves. Just gonna tear that there. Sometimes this is just a little faster and easier just to try to use smaller pieces to try to wrestle that tape around that curve. Okay, there we go. There's the bottom edge. Okay, we got the 1-inch tape around there on that, so that pretty much masks that off. Now we can go ahead, I'm going to get some 2-inch, kind of come up here again. That's about all we'll need, just to mask this little area off to do what we're going to do. Okay, I got the Limeline 2-inch. Just going to go around the top of that 1-inch. And you can also just use some paper, kind of get the rest of it if you want to. I probably don't really need to, but I'm just going to do it to show you how you can do that. You know, just fold the edge down nice and clean. Get some tape, put it on that, half on that edge. Put that down on there. Okay, so there. Just put it down on that tape. Okay, come over. See where you thought you need this at. That'll do. Just kind of take care of this. Fold it under. Same thing. Put this halfway on this paper. And then stick it on down. Here you go. You just kind of have your ends are kind of there. Just hold that. Get some tape. Okay, there we go. Now we'll get ready to start the process of painting the carbon fiber on the brim. We'll be right back. Okay, we have this shelf paper here. We're just going to try to make a kind of a template mask to put down this. I'm going to try to cut it so I have a circle and then this just lays around there. We'll see how that works out. So I'm just going to set this on here, kind of trace around to get the good idea of what size hole to start kind of cutting it out. and we'll go from there. Just gonna do it this way too. That way it's that inside edge there. Pretty close. So you have to come around. Now stay that inside edge when I cut it. Okay, that's going to turn out to do pretty good what I want it to do. Okay, we'll be right back with some, start mixing up some paint. We're going to go with, paint this area black first. And we'll spray some silver, put the mask on, spray some silver through. Then we'll go ahead and do our candy color over top of that. And we'll be right back. Okay, so what I have here is I have base coat black. I just put it in this little container because it's easier for me to mix up this way. In this, the base coat, you mix 50-50 with a urethane reducer, then a little bit more just till it's good to get it to an airbrush. I'm going to be using this Traeger style action. I usually do for kind of big areas like this. This is just I believe this is a Masters airbrush. So works pretty good. All right, so let's add some base coat here. Oop, I got a little chunk of that dry stuff fell in there. Okay, there we go. All right, we'll just go ahead and fill this up. Get some urethane reducer, which is in here. And I got to release the pressure a little bit, or it'll be squirting all over the place. Okay. Put a little bit more than double 50-50 of what I did the base coat. Okay, there we go. We'll see how that's going to spray out. And always add a little reducer into the cup here. That's why when I pour some in the cup, I always leave room. If I got to add some reducer so I don't fill it all the way up to the top. Actually, I have a paper I can spray it on. Use this to kind of do a test spray to see where I'm at. Okay, looks good. It's not chunky. All right. So we'll just do kind of light coats, kind of keep going around. Let the first coat dry a little bit. It'll dry pretty quick because it's urethane. Like you always know me, I always like to do a light coat first. And I'm just spraying some air, kind of dry it off around. So I'm not building up too much wet paint on top of each other. All right. Back to paint. Yeah, I think I'm out of paint in here. Add some more. Hey, it's looking pretty good. So I'll make sure it's all totally blacked out from the middle flake. All right. I think that'll do it for the black. Okay, now we're going to mix up some silver. I have it in a powdered form here from Limeline. That's a base coat pigment, and this is a silver, kind of metallic. It's just called silver, but it's a kind of like metallic silver. And this, then the way you mix this, it says right here, it comes with instructions. And when you buy these, they'll come with a little spoon too, and some filters, so you can filter it too if you want. So how you mix it is you mix 1 scoop with 1 ounce of clear base coat, not 2K clear, 2K clear base coat. So I'm not going to use a whole ounce, so I'm just going to eyeball it. I kind of mix this quite a bit, so I kind of know how much to add to get what I need. So then you'll mix this with the base coat, and then once you do that, then it's the same as any other base coat. You're going to add reducer to that to get the spray. Typically 50-50. I'll do a little more to get it through an airbrush. So yeah, we'll go and start to mix this up here. That's what it looks like inside there. Okay. Got our little cup here. Got my clear base coat. So I'll just fill this bottom of this cup up with clear base coat, plus a little bit. Okay. And then if you're gonna mix it with 1 ounce, which is that whole cup, that's about how much you would put in. But I just have probably, well, I don't know, not even a 1/4 ounce, I don't think. Yeah. Not even a 1/4, like 1/8 of an ounce. So we'll try that. Maybe a little touch more. We'll mix that up and see what that looks like. Okay, pretty good. Just like to mix this up pretty good to get all the powdered chunks out, kind of mash them against the edge a little bit as you go. Then once you put the urethane reducer in there, you can kind of do the same. Make sure it gets up mixed up really good. Okay. Put this off to the side so we don't spill it. Okay, so if I look on here, I can just go to knitting number. We'll go to cc's here. So I have about 500 cc's, so I'll go up to 1,000 would be half, and I'll go a little more than that, probably like up to 1,500 really cc's. I don't know. I just usually eyeball this, but you just want to get it so it sprays through whatever you're spraying it with. In my case, it'll be this airbrush. I believe the tip size in that is a 0.5. Might be a 0.7. Can't remember in that one, but it's definitely 0.5 or bigger, which is what you'll usually want to use if you're spraying metallics. You use anything smaller, you'll be fighting it the whole time. You can just thin it out more, lighter coats. But okay, I'm just going to mix this up really good. Looks like I might need a touch more reducer. This is going to make plenty. Okay. Gonna set this stuff off to the side. Then we're going to get our mask that we made. Blow off all any dust that got down on there first. So press it down so it lays as flat as you can. And that brim. We'll kind of hold it down around these. When we get to each part, we'll kind of hold down this edge a little bit. Put this up here so we can see. Okay, let's fill up our airbrush. Do a little test spray. Yep, seems to be flowing pretty good. We'll start over here. Same thing, light coats. At times, if you try to hammer the color on too much, especially when you're doing this, you'll get a buildup of paint and it'll stay wet there. So if this moves at all, any little bit, it's going to kind of smear it. So we're going to try to stay away from that. Sometimes you can't help it, but I'm going to try not to. So that's why I'm just doing light coats. Kind of give them time to each coat to kind of dry. And you also want to be 90 degrees to those holes there, so you're not getting any blow through up underneath. I'm just going to work on one area at a time. And I'm just spraying there now. I'll kind of alternate between the spray and air to dry it and the paint. Almost more air than paint. kind of bunching up right here a little bit. Okay, I think it looks good. We got it all. Can get some air on it all the way around. The good thing with carbon fiber, doesn't have to look perfect. All right, let's pull this off and see what we got here. All right, looks pretty good. Basic silver and black carbon fiber. There's other ways you can do this, even going more in depth where you kind of shift it. On here, I really can't, and do another layer of like this silver, and it kind of gives it another kind of dimension of the carbon fiber. But we're just going to go with this for now. Okay, and now we'll mix up some candy and get some candy on it. Okay, now we're gonna mix up some yellow candy. This is candy concentrate, so we have to mix it with a clear base coat, and then we'll add some urethane reducer to that to make it sprayable through the air gun. The mix ratio on this is right on the can. You need 70% clear base coat, 30% candy concentrate. That'll give you your 100% color. And then you add your urethane reducer to that to thin it out enough to spray it through your air gun. All right, so let's see. We're just gonna kind of guess here. Okay, let's add some clear base coat. Okay, and then we'll do 30% of this. Give that a mix. Again, that's just like a base coat now, so we're going to add at least 50% to that. Mix it up real good. Okay. I think that's good. Add it to the. And I've been cleaning out my airbrush between every one of these sessions, so off camera. So you want to clean it out. All right. Yep, spraying good. Okay, you guys want to do real light coats with this. Till you build up to the color that you like. Stand far back. And just dusting it on. Okay, it's getting pretty close to where I want it. And then another thing you can do is sometimes carbon fiber has these little like waves in them of, where the color comes out. Sometimes I'll just take and just do like a line here. You can't really see it now, but once that's clear coated, you'll see those lines in it. Okay. All right, and that's it. That's how you do colored carbon fiber on a custom hard hat. We won't be clear coating this just yet. I'm probably going to pull all this tape off, which I can actually do now. And I'll probably do some more graphics before I go ahead and clear coat. That way it's less clear coat stages, as much as you can get away with. In between clear coats, do as much as you feel comfortable graphics doing. You just got to be careful taping on top of this to mask off other areas. So we'll let this dry really good before we go ahead and try to mask back on top of that. Okay, let's guess we'll unmask this. Now I guess I better put this candy to the side so I don't spill it all over myself. This is usually the best part, is unmasking. As long as everything went to plan. Gotta still peel slow on everything. Don't go crazy. You don't lift any paint. Even still the chance, you'll lift that and happen. That metal flake, even though there's a couple coats of clear on it, go crazy ripping like a madman. They're kind of always on an angle. I'll show you more of that once we get on this edge, how you peel it off on a like a 90, 45 degree angle away from your artwork. Okay, we'll peel this. I'll peel all the masking tape off first. Try to leave the fine line left at the last. Okay, you find the beginning piece here. Especially right here, even though you're still on the masking, you're right along the edge of that fine line. So you want to peel back away from your artwork. If you just peel it straight up or in towards this way, you'll take that paint that's kind of bridged the gap on top of your masking tape, and you'll just peel that layer up that way. So you always want to, even on this layer right here, kind of pull back. See, I'm going on that tape edge there is at a 90 degree angle away from my artwork right there. And you pull slow. Because sometimes if you sit and watch that edge, if you start to see it pull up, you can stop and really get your fingers in there to keep it from doing any damage. And then even though if it may have lifted it up a little bit, once you clear coat, it'll kind of seal that down in. If it's not too bad. And doesn't sneak up underneath it and try to bubble up. So most of the time, I've been able to save it if I can catch it and clear coat over it and not have an issue. Okay. So we have the outer edge. We'll be right back with the Well, thought I had a plastic razor blade handy. They're really good to really kind of dig in and get your tape up without messing up your, scratching up your artwork. I have to be really careful here. You can see I'm pulling that back away from my artwork. The gloves for now. This one anyways. I'm gonna hold this tape a little better without sticking all over my glove. Still peel these down and away from your artwork. Okay. All right. Now we're ready for the get the fine line up there. That's why I like to leave these kind of longer tails here when I come off with it. So I'll find that. Again, this is where it's critical. 90 degrees, real slow. Watching that edge. Yeah, it doesn't matter if my hands touch this. I can touch this here because you can use the panel prep, get all the grease and stuff off of it before we do any clear coating. You can spray that panel prep right on top of your urethane and won't mess it up, as well as glass cleaner. It's water based. Okay, now we'll find the tail right here. This one's a little tricky because it's kind of a little angle here. We're just gonna pull back as best we can. Looks like it's going good. We'll probably shadow this back edge up here in with some candy black at some point. I'll do shadowing usually my very last layer I do before my very last clear coat session. Okay, well there we go. There's your gold carbon fiber look. And you can use any color of candy you want, or you can leave it the black and silver. That's up to you. It all looks pretty cool. I've done orange before. I've done blue, red. Yeah, so there we go. Stay tuned for more videos. We will continue on the graphics on this. I do know this one is going to get some lightning bolts on it, a U of U badge on it. We'll see what else from there. We'll do some fine line pinstriping, fine line tape, kind of lay it out, and then airbrush with candy black, get some pinstripe lines on there. So yeah, stay tuned for the next videos, and we'll see you then.